Well, good morning, my darlings. Starting the vlog off with a little bit of a car intro after the most intense workout. I was about to say the loveliest workout. No, the most intense workout. Hopefully you would have seen a couple of clips. I deliberately positioned myself at the back because one thing I always really struggle is I never want to get people in the background of footage, of clips whenever I'm at the club. But I did a new workout class this morning, and you know what I'm like when it comes to new workout classes. I get really anxious about doing them. I think it's a mixture of, obviously you don't want to look silly. For me personally, I also have the kind of like added complication of my knee, and I really hate having to be that person whenever they say at the beginning of the class, are there any injuries to know about, anything that like you want me to be aware of, to kind of put my hand up, because most of the time, like 99% of the time, if they're doing an exercise which is something I can't do with my knee, I can usually find myself some kind of variation to do. Like let's say we're doing like kneeling squats and you're doing some like upper body, I can either just sit or I can either just stand, and I can still do the workout and still do the exercise. But you just want to like make them aware, like don't worry, I know what I'm doing, just to let you know in case it like looks weird, I'm doing something different to everyone else. I just hate having to do that. But I went to a new class this morning, went with G, which I would always say, if you want to do a new class, bring a friend, bring your sister, bring someone that you know, because going there with someone else I feel like is so much less daunting and a little bit more manageable. So both G and I went to this class, and I'm really wanting to do more upper body because I feel like I've kind of like nailed HIIT and lower body things. Like I do a lot of cycle classes now. I do like 2 cycle classes a week. I usually go on at least 1 long run a week, which I really love doing, but I struggle so much with upper body. I go to the gym like with Alex quite a lot, and I'll do some exercises with him. I never want to like hold him back because obviously he has to literally take off all the weights for like when I do it and then put them all back on when he does it. So it was a new class that we tried, which was predominantly core and upper body. It was like a body pump class, I think it was called. I am dying. I am literally dying. I couldn't even wash my hair afterwards, so please don't judge me that my hair is in a little slick back bun, because I was like, my arms I can barely lift above my head. Why is the hardest exercise in the world, you know, with the one that you do triceps where you're like behind your head and you're kind of doing that? Oh my god, I was literally dying having to do that. But did the class, really proud of myself, managed to do the workout, and I can reward myself with a really lovely yummy coffee when I get home. So you can see I've got my little yoga mat here, which I feel like I've not used in years. This is just a little Nike yoga mat, which I always like bringing my own. I don't like having to use other people's. It was also a class that you had to set up loads of equipment for. There was like a step, there was like a bar, there was different weights that you needed, and I definitely didn't get enough equipment out. But the lovely ladies at the class, I always love going to the club for like the other people that are there, because the ladies really helped both G and I with regards to what we needed to set up and like what kind of like equipment that we needed, so that we weren't like behind on anything. So it was a really fun class, good music, and a great way to start the day. I also, you may have noticed, was using this as my gym bag this morning, and it was actually a recommendation from a few of you, because in my handbag collection video, 2024, I commented again on the fact that I just never really use this bag and it's not really one that I love. And a few of you actually said, they were like, it was kind of 2 comments. It was either you're using it wrong or it's because it still looks quite new. And I do find with the Louis Vuitton bags, the more like worn, the more rough that they look, the better. Like I love the fact that my Pochette Matisse looks really rough. I was actually watching, it was Susie Benaldi's video, who is actually selling that exact Pochette Matisse. I don't know if it'll still be available by the time this video goes up, but I was watching her video last week and she opened the box and it still looks so new and so pristine, and I literally thought to myself, I don't like how it looks like that. So I think that's a big reason as to why I don't really like this bag, because I just don't find it the most practical, which means that I don't wear it, which means it doesn't get the use, which means it never looks old. Like I just find the Louis bags need to look vintage, they need to look worn, and that's how they look their best. Like you can even see on the handles, they're still so stiff, and I love it when the handles like loosen up a bit. You get a bit of like marking, they kind of darken with wear and with time as well. So I have now made this my gym bag, which I feel like is the bougiest gym bag in the entire world. To be fair, the gym bag that I had before this with my gorgeous little Katie Loxton, which literally had my name monogrammed on it. So either way, they're both very bougie, but I thought I'm going to get my use out of this, because especially when you're at the gym, you're throwing it in lockers, you're throwing it on the floor, and hopefully it will start to get that kind of like worn look in it. So thank you to those of you who suggested that basically I just needed to wear the bag more and learn how to like use the bag within my routine, how to like use the bag within my wardrobe, because I feel like this is going to be the best use for it. And even though it is years old, it just means that it's not like gone to waste. So I've got all of my essentials in my bag. Obviously got my water bottle, a little Nike water bottle. You'd think this is like sponsored by Nike with regards to my sportswear. I also, oh my gosh, let me get this out because this is my favorite thing, especially if you like get ready at the gym afterwards. You do your like hair and makeup at the gym. I literally just brought my makeup bag, which is so useful, having my makeup bag completely like emptied of anything that I don't need, because it just means I can slap on my face my 10-minute makeup. I also use the Bobbi Brown like eye smudge. Top tip, if you are someone that gets ready at the gym, the Bobbi Brown, what are they called? It's in my bag somewhere. The Bobbi Brown sticks, basically, I think they're called the shadow sticks, in like a dark brown. Let's just smudge it along your waterline. It looks like you've done like a really deliberate, blended out smoky eye, like a bit of an eyeliner that you've blended. And it takes 2 minutes. But this Elemis Superfood, oh my goodness, I'm gonna spray some more on now because I feel like you can never have enough. It's just so refreshing, so nourishing, so moisturizing. It's gonna make the car smell really nice now. I love the smell of it as well. It's like a lovely fresh tea scent. It is kaffir tea mist, so that explains that. So that's a little essential. What else have I got in my gym bag? It feels like a very old-fashioned what I got in my gym bag. Oh, I've got 2 products in here that I literally, I'm really bad by the way, products are just like strewn in here. I am like on a mission to use up after doing my kind of like beauty clear out and going through my perfume collection. I really want to use up the rest of the yellow hibiscus before it kind of like goes off. So I have spritzed this and I do love this perfume. It still smells absolutely amazing. And I mentioned that they've just released the new red hibiscus, which I would definitely recommend getting your hands on. It's in the beautiful dark red packaging, which I just think looks so bougie. I absolutely love it. So I'm on a mission to use that up. I'm also on a mission to use up all of my body creams as well, because I have so many body creams that I open, I half use, then I move on to something else. So I'm currently just using up, and I'm literally, as you can see, the dregs of this, the Lizelle Botanical Body Cream in Orange Flower. It's got a really lovely scent, and I'm someone that after every shower I need to moisturize my entire body. I don't know how people don't moisturize their body after a shower. So I am almost done with this one. I think probably one more like shower and one more moisturization session and this will be good to go. I will have completely finished this. I'm kind of tempted to cut it open so that I can get the last of it out, but I'm on a mission to finish all of my body creams that are like half open and half used and actually like use them to completion. So just a couple of essentials in my in my new rather bougie gym bag, but I need to get myself home now. I'm not gonna lie, I feel really good as well for doing that workout, because I think I've kind of like touched on this, and I don't want to give our secret away, but there have been some stressful things going on recently, and I just feel like I really needed that like release of kind of endorphins, of kind of like frustrations, and all will be revealed soon. I think I've mentioned this, all will be revealed soon, but it did feel really good to have just like smashed that routine this morning. I'm feeling so much better for it afterwards. I feel like I've really released a lot of just kind of like emotion in that workout class, and also really proud of myself for going to another new class. So I'm going to get myself home, get myself a coffee, and we can crack on with the rest of our day. So I've just had my morning coffee and I have been really inspired to do a little bit more pre-spring clean. That's what I'm calling these declutters that I am doing. And one thing that I thought was quite overdue that I needed to clean through is my candle collection. I keep my candles in the cupboard kind of in the corner here, and you know when you don't quite realise the collection has gotten out of hand until you lay them all out in front of you. In fact, I don't even think this is all of my candles that I have, but this is everything I had in that cupboard, and my goodness me, is that a lot of candles. I literally need to clear this out. As I said, I can do the same method as I'm doing with things like my body moisturizers and my perfumes, where I can kind of like take stock of what's maybe like half used, what can be kind of like used to the end and then gotten rid of. In fact, looking at this one, I feel like that is pretty much completely gone. The wick is like flattened into the wax. This is a really, really gorgeous one from Rituals, which I absolutely love. Oriental Vetiver, I believe is how it's pronounced. I absolutely adore this candle. I love the wax stamp on it as well. I always feel like it feels so, so bougie, and this candle just feels so like posh, I think is the best way to describe it. I know that's such a funny word to use for a candle, but oh my goodness me, it just fills the room with the most beautiful scent. I've also got my new Rituals room sprays here, which I absolutely adore. We've got suede vanilla, we've got sweet jasmine. Suede vanilla is my absolute fave. I've literally been spritzing it non-stop every time Alex cooks at the moment. I follow him around afterwards when we've cleaned up the dishes. I'm like, spray the whole room, because I hate how I can always like smell dinner afterwards for a few hours. So I've got those. So that can probably be said goodbye to, if not at least finished, maybe this evening. And I've got quite a few that again are kind of like half used. My 2 woodwick candles, which I do absolutely adore. We've got the white tea and jasmine, which is a really, really lovely one, and then we've also got the spiced blackberry, which I love this for kind of like a Christmassy scent. So I probably won't use this again until Christmas next year, so I'm debating whether to keep it or whether just to say goodbye to it, because you know what I'm like, I'll always pick up like new candles. I love new scents every single year. This one is a really lovely one to still use now though, especially if you just want like a really cozy feel at home, because I know I've spoken about these a lot, but the actual wick is made of wood and they literally resemble the sound of like a crackling fire, so they are so lovely. So debating what to do with this one. I'm also debating whether to keep this. This is actually the winter room spray, but I don't know if you can see, it's similar to what I was saying about my perfumes. It started to go a little bit yellowy and I actually kind of forgot it was in the cupboard. I didn't even bring it out this year. I think this is from potentially the year before, I think December 2022, so that also might be one that I say goodbye to, so we can make a little pile over there of ones that I can say goodbye to. Another Christmas one that I didn't quite use up this year, which again was from actually last year as well, which I can probably say goodbye to, is the M&S one. One thing I have noticed about these is they do not last a very long time actually, so I barely wanted to burn it, hence why you can see there's so many different rings from the burn when I've not technically burnt it for long enough, just because otherwise they don't really last a long time. But then I feel like I've kind of wasted it, because I can probably say goodbye to that one as well. But I've got lots of favourites here that I absolutely adore. My Bramley candles I love. This one I can't remember the scent of it. It doesn't actually say it on it, but it's such a beautiful, like fresh, really lovely spring scent. I love this for like a hallway. I love this for like a living room. It's a really, really lovely one. Then I've got another Bramley one here, which I absolutely adore. This is a collaboration they did with Lily and Lionel, and I love the design of this. I actually keep this one up in my dressing room, and I don't want to burn it too much because it is such a beautiful design. So I do love these Bramley ones, so they'll definitely be staying. The Jo Malone ones, of course, will also be staying. I even have more Jo Malones dotted around the house. I think I've got one in the hallway I've not brought out. I've got a couple upstairs that I've not even started burning, but Lime Basil and Mandarin is one of my absolute favourites. And I've also got Peony and Blush Suede, which I absolutely adore. It's such a beautiful candle, and the fact that I had to say goodbye to it as a perfume, I'm really happy that I still have the candle of it. I've also got my candlesticks there. My goodness me, we've got so many. I've got some that are still untouched actually. My Bays candle from Diptyque, which I'm really excited to light, but obviously I'm not going to light it until I know for sure that I've kind of like used up the rest, and that those that are half burnt have completely been used down. So I love that. And then I'm also saving this. This is the Molten Brown Black Pepper candle. I'm so in love with this, but I'm saving it for something very special, as I said. Don't want to give anything away. This candle is a H&M one, which I have learned recently has no scent. I burnt it recently and it literally doesn't have any smell to it, so I'm just going to kind of burn that until we get to the end of it. And then I've got a couple more that I can use. This one is a gorgeous one that I've never actually used. Again, it probably doesn't have a scent. I find these H&M ones that are more like design don't really have a smell to them. This is one that we actually got from our estate agents when we first moved into this house, which is so cute, but we've not really used it since we first moved in, so I can probably say goodbye to that one because that's only half used. And then this one, I don't even remember where this came from. I think it was maybe a gift, and I've not really used it much because it's a very, very strong scent, as you can see. It's like a completely dark wax, which I feel like really resembles, I've literally just taken the lid off and I can smell it from there. The kind of darkness of the candle resembles the like darkness of the scent, but I do quite like that. That is a lovely smell, so I might keep that one as well. And then this is just one that I use in the summer, the citronella candles, to kind of try and deter insects and stuff whenever you're eating outside. So definite ones to go. These ones I need to have a think about. That can probably go as well. And then the rest of the collection that I really need to start like whittling down, using up, and making sure that I make the most of my candles, because this collection is just getting out of hand. clean continues around pretty much the rest of the house. I've come upstairs to do a bit of wardrobe organisation. I know I only recently did quite a big declutter and organise of my wardrobe, but what I really want to be better at is keeping on top of it, maintaining it, and making sure that we don't have to do declutters as big as that one. So I've just spent the last half an hour just going through some drawers, just going through my wardrobe. Also, one thing I'm so bad at is leaving hangers in their place, and I really want to be better at like making sure that when I take something off of a hanger, I put the hanger at the side of the wardrobe so I know exactly how many hangers I have available, and then it means that they don't get like lost in a sea of clothes. I honestly just have the spring clean bug at the moment, and I feel like doing almost like a pre-spring wardrobe organize is just such a nice way to kind of take stock. And I was just having a little sort through of my boots as well, and I thought, seeing as though we did a bit of a shoe collection in my last video of like my heels and stuff, I could go through my boots that I've got here, because I do love my boots. I've got a really good like storage for them. It's just the IKEA Billy bookcase, and I get a lot of questions about this and how I fit my shoes. One thing, and I talk about this all the time, and I feel like I'm constantly that girl that's going on about like how teeny tiny I am, but I have very small feet. I talk about this with bags a lot as well, so people constantly say to me, are you sure you've got the mini? Because that looks like the medium. I've just ordered the mini. It's so much tinier on me. I'm just a very small person. Like, I feel like it always surprises people when they meet me in person just how like teeny tiny I am, and so I have very small feet. I'm actually a size, I'm like a 3.5, so I usually go either up to a 4 in like flats or down to a 3 in heels. So that is the reason why I can fit them in. If Alex wanted to try and do this, like I literally have a pair of shoes of his right here, his would stick out a mile, like they wouldn't fit onto the shelves. So that is just one thing about me, is obviously because I do have smaller feet, I'm able to fit them onto my shoe shelf. But I thought that we could go through my boots, because I have quite an extensive boot collection now, but I do feel like it's very curated, and I feel like I have boots for like every occasion, for every situation that I need. Now, of course, my knee-high boots are all from Duo Boots. You know how much I adore Duo Boots. In fact, last year I was the Duo woman for April and May, I believe it was, and I absolutely loved doing it. I did a whole shoot in London with the team, and it was so much fun, and I just absolutely adore their boots, because as a girl who, despite the fact saying I'm really teeny tiny, has big calves, I really struggle getting knee-high boots anywhere else. Even if I go for like the sport version from a lot of very well-known brands, I've tried them so much in the past and they just suffocated my legs. These, you literally measure your calves and then you can order the exact size that is going to fit you perfectly. So this pair I really love, because they're like a really, really lovely, I'd say, workwear boot. They're half suede and half leather, which I really like, and they've got a lovely little round toe with just a little heel, so they're super comfortable to wear as well. However, I have to say, I think these are my favourite boots that I have from Duo Boots, because these are just the most boss lady boots. They are the perfect date night boots. They're the perfect she means business boots. They are beautiful. They're a really gorgeous stiletto heel with this pointed toe. And one thing I do love about Duo Boots is obviously you get the wide calf with it, but it doesn't like compromise on the style of them. Like, they still feel super elegant. They feel so elevated, and I always get questions about particularly this pair. This is my absolute favorite. They also do this in a few other colorways and kind of styles. They do like a croc effect, they do a burgundy, and I think they do a green as well. Now, this pair I think is one of my oldest pairs of Duo Boots. This I believe is called the Verity, and these are basically a pair of boots I feel like every girl needs in their wardrobe. A pair of classic black flat boots, riding boots if you will. I know a lot of brands call this kind of style riding boot, but I absolutely love them. They go with everything. They're so easy to wear, and the fact that they're flat means that you can walk for miles in them. Now, I picked these ones up before I got the pointed toe ones, and I have to admit I actually haven't reached them as much, so I'm debating whether to keep these in my collection, because I feel like they're kind of a mixture of the first two that I've shown you. They're fully leather and they've got a round toe and they've got a small heel, so they're really, really similar to the suede ones, but obviously a little bit more elevated like the pointed toe ones. But I do still absolutely love them. If you're doing a little bit more walking, I must admit I can't walk very far in the stiletto ones, but I do love these as well. They work really, really well with like skirts and dresses if you're going for something a little bit more elevated for like a bit of evening attire. I'm not gonna lie, this is my muckiest pair of boots. These I just call my country boots. I don't know what they're actually called, but I've seen a pair of Barbers that have been non-stop marketed to me recently that are so similar to these, that are so much more expensive. I absolutely adore these. Again, they're like a half suede, half leather, and I got these in the brown. They also come in black, and I think they might come in green as well, but I love the brown because I feel like it's so like countryside-esque. As you can see, they've got a much thicker tread. They're very much like walking shoes. They're super, super comfortable, and I always wear these if I'm like doing countryside walks. And then my newest pair of boots, which I have to admit, I feel like haven't gotten the love that they deserve. I haven't actually worn these as much as I would have liked. I feel like it's because we've had quite mild weather this winter, but the most beautiful pair. Again, I believe these are the Verities, the same as the black ones, but in the beautiful chocolate brown. I'm so in love with these, and I love being able to pair them with my brown accessories. I am someone that loves pairing shoes, bags, and accessories together. Some people call it old-fashioned. I call it timeless and classic, but I love these ones as well. Okay, moving on to ankle boots. Now, I have two pairs of boots that are kind of identical, I won't lie to you, and I have been debating whether to keep both of these for a really long time, but the way that I've justified keeping them is that this is the cool toned version and this is the warm toned version. Now, you know I love tonal styling. I love being able to wear like an all cream, all tonal look. But if it's something a little bit warmer, I need these. And if it's something a little bit cooler, I need these. So this is a pair from Suzanne and this is a pair from Bobby's, and I love both of them. And despite the fact that they are almost identical, I do feel like they both work quite hard in my wardrobe. Oh my gosh, I was literally struggling to reach the top shelf, but my last two pairs of shoes are basically like the day and night version. These are both a pair of shoes from Bobby's, and I do absolutely love Bobby's as well. I'll leave them linked down below. And if you're looking for some beautiful, like really high quality leather shoes, do the most beautiful shoes, both men and women's. So I've got a gorgeous little pair of flats boots here, which I love wearing with like trousers. I've been wearing them a lot with my new look kind of chino jeans. And then I've got a pair of heeled ones, which are great for evening styling when you don't want it to be knee-high boots. So I really love these as well. These are literally the black version of the cream ones that you can see up there. So that is my entire boot collection, and I feel like now is a great time to go through that because obviously we're coming to the end of winter. We're coming into that transitional season, so I'm not going to be wearing them as much. So it's quite interesting to take stock of the ones that maybe didn't get the wear this year in winter, because if they didn't get the wear in winter, when else am I going to wear them? So it's really nice just to take stock. I'm not gonna lie, I really do have the spring cleaning bug now, so I think I might spend the rest of the afternoon and evening just doing a little bit of a blitz of the house. I'm gonna change over all of my reed diffusers, which I feel like is always such a good thing to do whenever you're doing a spring clean. Just getting that like freshness of scent, that like waft of beautiful perfumed reed diffuser. I absolutely love that. So change over all the reed diffusers, give each room a bit of a spritz with like those room sprays, those ritual room sprays I'm just obsessed with. Maybe light a few candles as well. So I'm just gonna crack on with that for the rest of the evening. I am not gonna lie to you, I have literally been walking around the house all morning this morning, just breathing in all of the scents around the house, since changing over all of the reed diffusers yesterday. In fact, not even changing them over, just like changing over the reeds, either putting in new reeds or literally just flipping them upside down. Oh my goodness me, every single room has just been filled with the most beautiful scent, and I love the fact that I've kind of done it in all in one go, because I feel like it's just given the house like a new lease of life, and just it's making me very excited for the new season. I, if you're wondering, have a plaster on my hand because I actually cut it open. I was cutting a bagel open this morning for my breakfast. I managed to slip the knife and cut my hand open. So in case you're wondering what that plaster is, that is what that is. And in case you're wondering what my little silk scarf situation is, I'm kind of loving this. I've seen a lot of people online, particularly Lydia Millen, wearing her silk scarves like this. And I feel like it's almost a little bit more understated than the way that I did it the other week. I'm literally going to call it the Joshua's mum version of the silk scarf. But I kind of love it. Let me know what you think. I feel like it's a bit more understated. It's almost like making a non-roll neck jumper roll neck. So I've got the little Holland Cooper scarf on today. Despite the fact that I literally almost decapitated my finger this morning, I am in an excellent mood because we have had some confirmation this morning that has just put me in the best mood. And honestly, I feel like I'm this close. I'm this close to revealing our secret right now. And you know what I'm like, I don't like keeping secrets. I am that person, I'm just an open book. Like, you guys know what I'm like, I'll always share things. I'm never like a gatekeeper, and especially when it's things that I know I have to keep secret, I struggle so much. The past few months have been torture, but all I'm gonna say, I feel like this is just the biggest spoiler, the biggest giveaway in the entire world, but this is gonna be the day before everything changes. This is gonna be the vlog before everything changes, and I cannot wait to share with you guys what has been going on. That's all I'm gonna say. Honestly, I feel like I've just given the game away. That is all I'm going to say. Let's quickly change the topic before I literally reveal our secret. I have a new exciting delivery that has arrived from Pixie Beauty, which, as you know, I absolutely adore Pixie Beauty. I feel like they were the pioneers of the glow, and especially as we're coming into spring, summer, I'm so excited to see what we have in here because their products are always my favorite to use, particularly at that time of year. Speaking of spring, summer, actually, don't be surprised if you see a lot of new releases coming out at the moment, and if you see a lot of PR parcels for new beauty launches, because now is the time of year when brands start to really like up the game with regards to their beauty. I feel like spring, summer is such a huge like market when it comes to beauty products. Obviously, we're looking about the glow, we're looking about like summer sunshine and so many gorgeous products, and I feel like now is always a really big time of year whenever it comes to new releases and new launches. So if there's a bit of an influx of new launches coming soon, then don't be surprised, but I'm really excited to see what we have in here from Pixie. So this is the Seal the Glow box. This is very exciting. Look at what we've got in here. So it says here, unleash your inner radiance with these enchanting treats. Get ready to be dazzled as we reveal the secret to maintaining a Pixie perfect lit from within glow all day. As I said, they really are pioneers when it comes to glowy skincare and glowy makeup. In fact, I'm pretty sure they were one of the first brands to talk about glow, because when they first started talking about it, I feel like glowy skin wasn't the trend. It was all about like matte skin. So Pixie really are the pioneers. So it says here, our specially formulated trio of primer, powder and mist are designed to work in harmony, sealing in moisture and providing essential nourishment for a truly radiant complexion. Elevate your routine with the magic of these youth-enhancing and perfecting must-haves, all expertly created by our own founder, Petra. We've also added an exclusive personalised wax seal, so you can share a touch of your enchanting glow with the world. Spread the Pixie glow wherever you go. Stop. This is a wax seal. What was I literally saying to you guys the other day? I have always dreamed of having my own wax seal. I'm not even looking at the products right now. This is the thing I'm most excited about. It even has an E. Oh my gosh, this is literally an Ellie seal. Oh my word, that is so exciting. I have never owned a wax seal before, and I have always wanted to. I'm guessing this is the wax that you are supposed to use. I'm gonna have to YouTube how on earth I do this, because that is rather daunting. I'm assuming the fact that it's got a wick is that you burn it down, let the wax melt, and then do the little imprinting, the little stamping. But that has genuinely always been a dream of mine, to have my own wax seal. Pixie, this is the most amazing PR parcel I think I've ever received. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness me, I'm absolutely in love with that. Okay, let's actually look at the products, because that's kind of what the PR parcel is about, but I'm really excited to own my own wax seal. I've always wanted one. So first of all, we have the Flawless Beauty Primer, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never actually tried this before, so I'm really excited to give it a go. It says here, the Flawless Beauty Primer, even skin, hydrating, glowy primer. Oh, there's a little like note from Petra. I love it when the brands do this. If I could replicate what my skin tone and texture looked like in my 20s, this is as close as it gets. You may not even need foundation. That sounds amazing. This is the kind of thing I love wearing on those like no makeup days, where basically it's not foundation, but you're not completely like neutral face, you're not completely makeupless. That sounds absolutely amazing. I'm definitely going to have to give that a go. And then paired with the translucent skin veil, H2O skin veil, hydrating loose powder. I do quite like a loose powder, especially when it comes to summer, because I do feel like it's a little bit less like heavy on your skin. I find loose powder is a little bit lighter, and I love the packaging of that. That's so teeny tiny. That looks like that's going to be an amazing powder, just like a white powder that you can put just to take away that shine without taking away the glow. That's what I always want with regards to my powders. I feel like recently I've really whittled down the powders that I have in my collection to make sure that I don't have anything that actually like mattifies me, and it's just powders that take away the shine without taking away the glow. And then finally, this is something I can vouch for. I have used time and time again and absolutely adore the Makeup Fixing Mist. This this is such an amazing one. If you want something that's really glowy, really hydrating, but still keeps your makeup in place, it's a rose water and green tea. All over setting mist, prolongs makeup wear and keeps it from moving, melting or settling into fine lines and pores. Comforts, preserves, increases hydration and balances skin for a fresh face. I also actually use this sometimes during the day if I feel like I just need like a spritz of hydration on my face, but I don't want to use like an actual hydration mist, because sometimes I find that does move my makeup, it can smudge my mascara. I will actually just use this because it's so lovely and hydrating, and the rose scent is so refreshing. So what an exciting PR parcel to have arrived this morning. Thank you so much to the team at Pixie. As I'm sure it's no secret, the thing I'm most excited about is having my own wax seal. Honestly, I've always dreamed of having this. Well, if the gifting couldn't get any crazier, I have just received a PR parcel that I think is safe to say is the most insane PR parcel I have ever received in my entire life from one of my favorite brands in my entire life. Holland Cooper is a brand I don't stop going on about. I absolutely adore their pieces. I have a very curated collection of Holland Cooper in my wardrobe. I have a couple of bags, a couple of coats, a few knits, but everything that I have from them I wear time and time again. If you are looking for a brand that you really get that cost per wear out of, Holland Cooper is the brand you need to check out, and I'm so excited about this. This is a new handbag sent over from the Holland Cooper team, which I could not be more grateful for. Honestly, I am so excited to unbox this because I feel like this is such a like perfect addition into my wardrobe, and I'm really enjoying a particular type of bag at the moment. So I'm gonna stop rabbiting on. Let's unbox what's inside of here, because this is just the most insane gift I think I could have ever received. I know I spoke about this a little bit in my handbag collection video, but I love the luxurious experience of the Holland Cooper bags. Like, it literally feels like if you were unboxing a bag that had an extra 0 on the end, and I feel like the handbags are actually a really, really good price. Something I've definitely realized in like 2022 and 2023, the bags I've been really loving adding into my wardrobe are those more like mid-range price handbags in terms of like the designer bag world. Obviously, I know they are an investment, but trust me when I say this is such a good investment. The cost per wear you're going to get out of their handbags is amazing. And oh my goodness, okay, we need to unwrap this because this is the most exciting thing I think I could unbox with you guys, and the most beautiful colorway as well. I am in love. Look at her. Is she not the most beautiful handbag you have ever laid your eyes on? She's such an interesting color. It's like a really, really dark, like chocolatey brown, almost like greyish color. I wonder if it actually tells me on the label exactly what this color is, because I feel like you can't quite see it as much online. The Chelsea saddlebag in chocolates. The most beautiful chocolate brown. I'm so in love. It's like a really, really dark, almost black. But I'm so in love with the shape, the fit, and the style of this. So the bag I've been loving recently is my Longchamp Hobo, and I really enjoy that kind of like ability just to like chuck something on your arm and run out the door, especially as we're going into kind of like spring, summer, where you're gonna have less like bulky knits on, less thick coats. It is the perfect style, especially when it comes to just like easy wear, easy fashion. I am so in love with the style of this as well. It's got the Holland Cooper logo, which I am someone that I've really veered away from like big logoed bags. I like just like a lovely kind of symbol, if you know what I mean. And I do feel like Holland Cooper is a brand that not everybody knows. It's not quite as mainstream as a lot of brands like Louis Vuitton or YSL. So a lot of people don't quite know what this logo is, which I quite like. It's a bit of a talking piece. And then you've also got the big Holland Cooper at the side here. I love this. I think that's really, really cool. Does it have another handle? I feel like we may have another handle inside of the bag. Yes, we do. We've got a crossbody handle. So if you do want to wear it crossbody, if you're maybe not the biggest fan of the shoulder strap, it does also have a crossbody strap, which is really lovely. Like, look how thick that strap is. That is beautiful. This is really giving me like equestrian vibes. I feel like Holland Cooper just nail the equestrian vibes whenever it comes to kind of equestrian country styling. I feel like this is just going to be such a perfect bag to add into my spring summer wardrobe. And the most insane gift from Holland Cooper. Thank you so, so much to the girls on the team. I'm so excited to add her into my collection. As you know, I've been really curating my collection recently and making sure that all the bags in it are bags that are working hard. And there is a rule. when it comes to adding bags into my wardrobe, I have to have nothing like it in my collection. I honestly feel like I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe with regards to the colour, but also with regards to the style. I think this is one of the most country style handbags I have ever seen, and it is something that I've actually been struggling with whenever it comes to like my countryside walks or like going out to like the pubs down here in the New Forest. It's such a weird problem to say that I have, but often some of my lovely handbags that I have, they just feel a bit too like city, if that makes sense. They almost feel a bit too prim and proper, whereas this is obviously the most beautiful designer handbag to add into your collection, but obviously really has those kind of like countryside elements to it. I love the fact that it really does resemble like a kind of equestrian, like the horse vibes, like the horse bit, and then it also has a beautiful kind of detailing underneath, which I really like. You know, I always love it when a bag has studs underneath so that it doesn't actually like hit the floor. This also really reminds me, I feel like this is supposed to represent like a horse brittle. I mean, I'm not a horsey girl, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I absolutely adore it. And obviously the gold hardware is just absolutely iconic. I think my favorite thing about it though is the color. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe, and I have a feeling I'm going to be styling her up a lot this spring summer, so keep an eye out on my Instagram because I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of her. But as I said, I cannot believe that this is the last video before everything changes. I honestly have been the worst secret keeper. I feel like so many of you guys have guessed what's been going on, so feel free, if you are one of those eagle eyes that you think you know, let me know if you think you know, because I'll be so interested to see who has picked up on it, because there's been some things that I've been having to hide, and I feel like I may have hinted to it once or twice as well. So I wonder if a few of you have picked up on it. But as I said, you only have until the next video to find out our big news. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, you are going to want to hit it now, because you are not going to want to miss the news, because all I'm saying is that after today, everything is changing, and I could not be more excited and I could not be happier. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, officially the last video before everything changes. So I guess I'll just have to see you in my next one. Bye.